Hello, today we're discussing the different trends that we have for food and which factors influence in our food trends. Okay, the first factor to be discussed is economic conditions. According to the interview and also in my opinion, the amount of money that we possess definitely affects the things and the way people eat, because it's clear that if we don't have much money, we're not going to have a chance to choose our food from many options. We'll only have the cheap options, and that really is a big effect. Also, we can say that it's really cheaper to prepare your own food than to eat in a restaurant. Always, when you eat in a restaurant, well, you have to pay for the the place where the restaurant works, and you have to pay for the food. You'll have to pay for the cook's work, so it really affects. Now, the second factor is the transportation. We think that somehow the transportation system affects the way people eat for a very specific reason. If food is transported in a slow way, of course it's going to take more time to get to the destination, and of course it might be more necessary to use preservatives and substances to keep the food in good condition, and that makes the food less healthy and more expensive because those substances cost more. The third factor is scientific research. We think that many of the factors in the to make or to produce food in the scientific way is especially for or to make the food if in massive production, to produce more meat, more milk, more poultry, and they usually use these hormones to have more or heavier chickens or more or bigger cows to produce more meat. So if we're talking about hormones or pesticides in fruits or in vegetables, food of course is not going to be cheaper. Healthier. Talking about advertising. Well, advertising is everywhere, but they especially show the kind of food that people most like, which is young food, which is also the least healthy food that we can eat. Advertising is everywhere, and of course, when they show you these really attractive pictures of food, people just feel tempted to try it and they go for it. Even if they just eat it once, they want to try it. Talking about cultures, of course, it affects. We have many restaurants, many international restaurants in our country. It's very, very, very common to see people from different countries opening restaurants here, and of course, we feel attracted to try new things, new trends in food. And some of that food is actually delicious. It's not really. It's really something we like, and we keep on going. That's why those restaurants, many of them, are very successful in our cities. According to the changes in the workforce, well, it actually affects the way people eat for one specific reason. Many people, when they are children, they usually eat at home, home food, which is supposed to be the healthiest food that exists. But when they become full-time students, like in university, even in high school students now, they have these extracurricular activities. They don't have time to go home for lunch or for different meals. Also, people who work, office workers and other kinds of workers also, they are forced to eat outside the restaurants because they don't have the time to do it. Many men and women work now, and they don't have the time and don't have the conditions to spend time cooking for themselves or even for their families. So it really affects. The more working hours they have, the less cooking hours they have also. Thank you very much.